guys, welcome to Soulsessed. It's Kerry.
What's up, guys? It's Kate.
And we have a new episode coming out that is all about twinning and aging.
And all of the not so great parts about being a twin. Believe it or not, they exist.
So if you want to know all the secrets, tune in and you can hear the deets, the ins and outs.
So we hope you enjoy the show and follow us on Instagram at Soulsessed Twins for daily inspo and connection with us. And also subscribe and review wherever you hear this podcast.
Yes. Thanks so much for tuning in and we hope you enjoy.
Bye, guys.
All right. Awesome. So how's it going?
Are we on?
We're on.
Oh, we're live prime time.
Prime time. 5 o'clock news with Kate and Kerry.
The twin show.
Yeah. You know what the show is about today? You know what's so crazy?
What?
Who gets a wrinkle like right here?
Me. I have about 16 of them. Slats going down my lips.
I have like a slash.
Yeah, no kidding. I literally have like 3 on each side. And then I get those.
No, but I mean, like when you make a video, like look at mine. See, in this, there's like a little filter. So it's helping.
On. Yeah.
Or without it.
I can't do without.
I know. And I'm like, we should probably do without filters from now on, but
the only way I'm on.
But you know what?
Is
the cameras are so intense though. Like I don't look like that. That's what I tell myself. Without a filter.
Totally.
I'm like, all right, relax. That's not my case.
Yeah, no. But I also think like there's such a pro to filters because come on. I don't have to have any makeup on.
I know. But that's the trouble though, like with like girls now, like in high school and stuff and middle school.
Totally.
The depression rate is skyrocketed and the suicide rate.
Of course.
There's more suicide and depression than ever before.
Yes.
Someone's at my door.
Of course.
Right. I know. Like, when does anyone ever come over here? Ever? It's delivery, of course.
Probably.
Yeah, no, it is. I heard the scanner.
Oh. Good.
I know. But seriously, and it really is true. And so to really just start to, get into just talking about aging. I mean, I didn't think about this stuff like when I was that young. Like, that's why I'm like, oh my God. Like I did, of course, to some degree, but I'm not talking about wrinkles and stuff. I'm just talking about when I was younger, thinking, how we looked and all that stuff, of course. And I just thought I wouldn't get them.
See, I was the total opposite.
I think that's so crazy. I just thought that won't happen to me. I'm not getting wrinkles. Like, I just won't get them. I'm not going to do that. It's like denial. No,
I remember being in the backyard with like slathering the baby oil, the tin foil things, and like having being out up on the roof on mom and dad's.
So that we were on top of tar.
On top of tar, what a sizzles, and being like, oh my God, I know I'm going to hate myself when I'm older. God, why am I doing this? But I did it anyway.
Wow, I can't believe you knew that.
I know. I wonder where I got it from. Because mom liked to, well, she worked. So she put makeup on. She like got ready and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know where. Honestly, it was probably like a CoverGirl commercial. If I think about it,
yeah,
you see that like when CoverGirl was it. That was it. And who was that? Nikki Taylor. And just like the older models and doing the fine line, commercial or whatever for fine lines and being like, I am going to wrinkle.
That's so funny. I just was like, that's for other people. It's not for me. Isn't that crazy though? Like, talk about magical thinking.
Totally. That was just everything.
What?
That was everything.
Everything with me still. I'm like, no, it won't happen to me. And then still, it's like a huge, it's like not a superpower, but the other one.
Denial.
Where denial is like a huge character defect for me. Like I still am like, all's well. Let's check in on that. Okay.
But I feel like with aging, it just started to take over my life. And it really obviously is because of Botox that doesn't work for me anymore, which is so devastating. And it makes me hyper aware of, I wish it never worked. Like it worked and then slowly like would put in, I was calling you, like, how many units are you putting in? And
I don't do Botox.
Over.
Me. Hello.
Right. If I did,
I would use 84 units.
Right, exactly. But the guy wound up giving me like 70 units, something crazy, and it didn't even work. And the guy was like, I know. He was like, I've never seen this other than military men. I've heard of this happening with men in the military. I was like, thank you. Okay, as if things weren't bad enough. Call me a fucking vet.
What are you trying to say? Thank you.
But seriously, though, I do feel like 47.
I was just going to say that.
Has like totally changed everything.
Like 46, I was like, okay. And I even felt about age, like 46. I was like, okay. But something about 7, turning 47, I was like, and I saw it. I totally was like, wow, I'm like an old lady. I know that's terrible to say, we're not, but it was the first time that I really was like, wow, I'm aging.
Just became so like aware.
Yeah.
I know, it's the worst. And I also see it when I play sports, when I play tennis. This year, I just don't like, the agility isn't as quick as it was. Like I got every ball, like there was no question. Like people would think whoever I was playing, like, oh, I'm going to hit this and like it's over, and I would get it and they would be like, oh my God. Now I'm slower. And I'm also like, I don't know if I care as much.
Yeah, exactly. But I also think in like a sort of a good, healthier way. I feel like that in yoga, like part of it, I feel like whatever activity I do or whatever, I feel, oh, I don't have to be in that competitive realm anymore. Like I'm like, oh my God, like being an older woman, I feel the transition into like out of that game a bit more that I didn't know I was really in. But once you're out of a little more, you're like, oh, I don't have to do that anymore. Kill myself. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I haven't felt like that in a long time. I mean, this is like subtle though, even more like I don't have to go to, I wouldn't say it's extreme because I haven't gone extreme, but it's even a little less.
Right. That's what I mean. Like the extreme left a long time ago, but you're talking about, I think exactly what I'm talking about is like this, like, I want to be there and I'm happy to be there. But like, yeah, that even for me, but it is disappointing to me though. Like I am like, it happened like last Friday and I was like, huh. And I was like, wow, my body is really even changing. It's not only, because for me, it's my skin. that's where I see the drop, the face dump, and like just like it's so,
Gels.
oh, the gels are so bad.
But you know, too, I never had a skin routine either. I thought that was ridiculous.
Never.
For years, like lotion, all that. I was like, okay. And now I'm like, toner,
I know.
lotion, serum.
The makeup pads and Vaseline. Slather Vaseline on because I was so dehydrated.
Oh my God. I know I would too. And in my hands.
Yeah, I know.
But now, you know what's funny though? Because my hands remind me so much of mom that I love them. Like the other day, I was like, well, that's a little too wrinkly. Billy pinched my hand and he's like, why isn't it going back?
That's the worst. That's the elastin.
And I was like, okay, that's enough. Go in the other room.
Don't you have anything to do?
Go in the other room. I know, but also too, like, it's good to talk about. I mean, a lot of people, like some people online are like, I'm gracefully aging. I'm grateful to be older. And
which is amazing.
and I'm like, that's bravo. I'm like, I think that's wonderful. But I also think that there's legit honesty to be had and just saying like, it's weird.
What part's weird?
Aging.
It sucks.
And it's hard to look at. Like, I'm like, whoa, like to me, I just seem so different. Maybe not to other people, but I'm like, whoa, I'm an older woman. And I'm like, shit, I wished I fucking took advantage even a year ago. Like living it up, like, what's up? And now I'm like, I'm an old lady and that's embarrassing. Stop.
Honestly, it's hard to like be like, no, I know what you mean because of filters. Like if I look at you right now, I'd be like, what is she talking about?
Yeah. I'm like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. What?
I'm like, okay, Kate, but I know what's happening. I know.
Totally. Oh, that's why I'm very grateful though for filters. And it's also too, society has made us ashamed to age. Like you're out. Like you're like, if you have a wrinkle, if you look like you're a human being, sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's why that lady, that model, that supermodel, Paulina Pafrachevich or something, Paulina. Anyway, and look at Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis. They're not doing Botox and all this stuff. Paulina, I mean, looks amazing, even without it. And it's like, that's so great. And for us to also, like, I do want to start to embrace aging more, but I feel like talking about it is really helpful too, because it's like we are more than our skin and what we look like. And I feel like us, especially growing up being twins, so much attention was put on our looks because it was compared like, oh, look at you two, right? Everyone looks at us like twins, like, oh, and there's so much value in who I am wrapped up in that. And I'm like, and especially getting divorced and then being back on the dating scene. That's why I'm like, I'm an old lady. Like, how could I go on a date?
Are you dating?
No, but like if I have gone on a date, but I've stopped because I'm like, I'm not that interested. But also that I feel like a hormonal change where I'm like, I don't care. But also because I don't want to show up, I'm like, they're gonna, when we actually meet, be like, whoa, you're old. Isn't that crazy?
No,
so I'm just like, I don't want to go.
All right. Let's just do online.
Let's just stay home.
Filter. Bye.
You look good. Thank you. Delete. But isn't that sad? I mean, that's pretty crazy. And I'm just like, It's hard for me to think to go to meet somebody because I'm like, oh my God, they're going to see wrinkles under the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to see like, oh, you're older. And I've never thought that before, ever.
No, ever. I know. I've never seen it this apparent, like just the drop. I know. It's very hard. It's definitely very hard.
But I don't see a drop in you.
I totally have it. You do
I
not.
know you. I know you think that. You know what's funny too, though, is like getting yeah, and
Yeah.
of course at the filter, it looks like somewhat decent. But I'm like, wow, I was calling them dimples. Just to make myself feel better. It's like, they're dimples. They're long dimples.
Oh my God.
And, I'm seeing it. This reminds me of Susan.
I miss her. I know. I was thinking anytime we like really have like such silliness, like our silly ass conversations, I'm like, oh my God, I miss Susan so much. But it is true, like especially for us, like being a twin, like it is so hard. And like I was never online. Like who the freak knew that like this being on a podcast and you and I coming together and doing, what we're doing meant we had to be like social media fucking gurus. Like now we have to be on social media every day because that is the way that we're going to be generating our followers and, meeting everybody and growing and all of that. So we can get to whoever needs to hear our message. But it's like, it makes it so hard because I did stop caring about my looks, especially when you and I were estranged. It just was like, it didn't matter to me because when you are a twin, and for me, like being the less prettier of the twin, and I don't want like any comments about it, like seriously, because I don't want to, no, like I don't want any of it. I don't want it to be for me or against you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just want everyone to know that I think Kate is the prettier one, so I don't want to hear it either, and it's like all good, but we have to tell everybody about this. But finish what you're saying.
Yeah, it was always so hard because you are so compared. And now coming back into it, like at 47 years old, where I feel like I've grown away from that. It's not about my looks. I've never expressed myself in that way. I don't see myself as, I'm more like, because of bulimia and because of all the stuff, the self hatred and all of that I've experienced, you've experienced, but for my own self, I had to grow out of the external vision of me. I had to build my internal love affair for myself. And so now to be like thrown back into it, especially being like twin to twin, out to the world, it's not even now like, oh, you're just going to high school. Like now we're like, it's worldwide. Anyone can see us. Definitely there's such an insecurity there.
Oh my God, totally. Because I just feel like I did not care about this for years. And I'm surprised at the level of concern.
I'm actually highly concerned for myself.
Which is so insane, but it is true. It's bringing up like all of our childhood stuff that I'm like, oh my God, we were so compared. And then we were so against each other. It pits you against each other because all you're doing is in that, like, you're prettier, you look better today, you look good, but us getting to know each other again and being as close as we are, I'm like, I have less of it, 1,000% every day. And because I know you and our real relationship now, that all the falsity of you're against me, we're different, we're separate, you're better, I was always told that from the cult. Oh, she's the better twin. She's more capable. She can do it. You can't. That must have sucked. Oh, look at her. She has this. She has that. She's perfect. The perfect image, right? That must be so hard. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Which has you hate the other person, right? Because you're like being compared to this person that everyone's telling you is perfect and amazing and great, and you're not. And so, what?
And it's your twin.
And it's your identical twin. So you're just like, okay. But now getting back together and seeing reality and knowing who you are and that you're none of these things, even better than, or, you know, doesn't understand me, all this stuff, and really loving each other in the way that we know to and should. I feel less, I love you. Like, I'm like, you are, I can celebrate how adorable you are and how pretty and like how pretty and all this stuff. And I feel less threatened by it.
Well, I think what happened was our huge aha moment with recording. And that was the biggest thing. So when, you know, we were starting this podcast, we had started our podcast, we had started recording with video, and it was fucking us up. We were like totally so self-conscious and so looking at that. And then we wanted to do that post for Instagram with the video, and it all for me, all because of image, like, or vision. I was not happy with how I was looking compared to you. And so we ended it. We didn't do it. I didn't like it. Then like we became hypersensitive with each other about our own selves. Like I was like, I don't like the lighting. And you were like, oh, I don't like how I sounded. Like everything, we were so critical of each other, on each other. And then we had that honest conversation. I said, we both had, you know, had said like, you know, it's very hard being compared to with you, because you are the prettier twin. And like, you were like, what? Yeah, it was. I did say it, because then you were like, you've got to be kidding me. That's exactly how I feel. And then at the end of it, you were like, you just made me feel like so much closer to you. And me too, though, like that.
Well, because I also never knew you thought that. I thought you were putting up with me not being able to record video. Like you were like, okay, we don't have to record today.
No, it's so crazy.
I look amazing. And take a minute and we'll see. And guys, this is why we have not done video. We've not been able to do it. We've gotten so fucked up thinking the other one looks better than ourselves. And me thinking that she knew she was prettier than me. And it was just having to put up with me going through this. And I was just like, can we just do voice?
So crazy. It's exactly.
So when she said this, I was like, we're the same. You feel the same way I do. And both knew then that it was bullshit and insanity, and how we were compared with each other constantly every day.
Yeah, every day. That was it. And it's true. Like since then, I have learned I have to now come up with affirmations for myself. Like, you know, even today, just saying like, I am beautiful as I am, and separating that, you know, still wanting and needing the individuality. For Kerry is Kerry, Kate is Kate. And like, I see her as, without me, just utterly beautiful. Like there's no, like, I can't even say that, like about, you know, saying she's prettier, she's not prettier. We're two separate people. And I just want to acknowledge like your beauty on your own. But it is hard. I will say it's definitely hard. But like you're saying, just like embracing it, it's a daily thing.
It is.
And I love seeing you, so I don't want to not do it, you know?
I know, but this is like unbelievable that we're able to even be on this long. And I'm like feeling really good. And it's like, wow, we're getting healed. We're healing it. which is like just so beautifully, it's amazing. And also too, that it's not just like, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. It's just like beauty, the person though. You know, I'm not saying Kate, you know, I'm not thinking I'm so gorgeous and Kate's so, just, it's like anybody, like everybody's beauty and, you know, has it. But to appreciate it in each other has been profound.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the cure. That's what, you know, is going to give me solace, is trying to, yeah, just look at you for you, like look at you for you, but it's a twister, man, for sure.
It is, because like even your post this morning.
What?
Even your post this morning. So like I would see a post and be like, good, you can do it. You look great. You're amazing. And this morning I was like, oh my God, like I felt so fun. And I felt like in on it. And I was like, let's go. I was like, oh my God, she looks adorable and so cute, so pretty. And just like, I want to be in that. I'm in this rather than separate and competitive and comparative. And like, I'm out. And that's amazing.
I know. Well, I feel that since, you know, this whole thing has been that, like so much of it, yeah, is wanting, I just like have a fucking laugh. Like just like let's have a laugh, you know? Okay, so I can't go on without a filter, but I could still act like an idiot. You know?
Yes,
like
that's the beauty. The filter allows me to be an idiot.
Yeah, just like whatever. Okay, I need a filter. But Andy was saying too, you know, in the beginning of our reconciliation and just reuniting, just coming together and just working together and being competitive, you know, being competitive our whole life and having it work against us. And when I said to Andy, this was before the conversation with the visual, and I just said, like, it just feels competitive where it's hard, where I want it to be that we're more working with each other. Like I know we'll find it, but it's hard because I am witnessing and I am acknowledging and I am accepting that we are competitive. And he was like, who isn't competitive? That's awesome. You guys, the trick is though, you need to have it work for you and give you guys the like leg up to really create something so good because you have that healthy competition. And so it's only gonna it's almost like steps up. It helps us. It does help us in terms of like helping us build for our audience the best product, whatever we have that we're gonna, you know, put out to the world.
Well, it's true. And I like that because when I see you know, do something well, it makes me level up. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to level up, but in a good way, not like I want to be better than her. I'm like, oh, I could do better. I like what you did there. I need to put more effort in. I want to do this. So it's a help rather than a hinder.
Totally.
So that's just amazing. And also too, I will say, it's so funny. I have this Airbnb guy downstairs and he's on work meetings right now and I can hear him. He's so loud, but you can't hear him, right? Oh, okay, cool. But I will say too, like getting divorced and stuff, and I'm just like trying to get the light. Is it okay? Is it fine how I was?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not able to like, oh, so I've been driving a lot. I've been driving so much and I'm not able to like go to yoga like I used to go like all the time. It was just like something I did. It was like my only, I'm super isolated and don't have like a lot of friends going on right now.
Mhm.
And I could have more going on, but I'm just really like, I isolate myself a lot, right?
Mhm.
And so my sort of social thing would be to like go to yoga and, be around people. And I'm not going as much. And I'm just like driving a lot and I'm just eating like so much chocolate and so much candy.
Mhm. Sounds like me at night.
No, I'm telling you, I know you and I'm do that. This is a lot. This is way more than we usually do. And anyway, I put on some weight and it's interesting to see like any self-rejection there too. And I'm like, especially, I think going through divorce, it brings up everything, any insecurity, being back on the scene of like where your worth lies. And so much of it lies in how I look
Mhm.
and my acceptance of myself in having no wrinkles, I'm okay. Having being totally fit, I'm okay. And now having like a little belly, to me, I probably could use weight, honestly, but noticing this in yoga where I'm not trying to work it off, I'm accepting it.
Okay, that's what you were talking about earlier then. Is
No,
that like, you know, how we were talking about like the being in the race, like the rat race, like feeling like that, you
yeah,
know, we had to be. So yes, that makes, see, that's another level of self-love, self-acceptance, right?
exactly. And having like my belly, so I like tuck my shirt in and I was like pulling it out and I'm like, no, because I'm not perfectly flat, which we're not, by the way. My uterus is out, which I didn't even know. Your uterus either is inward or outward, like Steph's stomach, the washboard. That's because her uterus is inward. It's like an outie or innie belly button. I
Right.
never knew that. So I'm trying
Nope.
to have a flat stomach and I don't have one. So I'm like pretty thin and I, look, but with some weight, I have like a belly. And I'm like, yeah, you should. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm like, so we do these exercises in yoga, we're doing the breathing. So you have to push your stomach out and pull it in. And I'm like, appreciating
Mhm.
what my body has done and been through. I have killed my body with
Mhm.
bulimia.
Mhm.
I literally almost died so many times laying on the bathroom floor. I literally thought, oh my God, I'm going to die. Fuck, I'm going to die. I did it because my electrolytes were dead,
Solo.
completely dead. And I was like, you did it. I was like, oh my God. So just and birth,
Solo.
giving birth. Yeah. And I'm like, I love being able to start to love my body when it's
Mhm.
not perfect and it has a
Mhm.
little weight on it. And I'm like, I like this. Same thing
Ab-
with wrinkles. I got to get on board with
I know.
because when I have the Botox and it's wearing off here, that on the eyes, I'm like, no.
Try it not working. I mean, you're gonna have
Yeah.
an other level of no.
Yeah. You look amazing then. So rub it in.
No,
You have none.
no, it's a filter. I do. When I was, anytime I talk to you, because we always laugh, this is what I do. So I don't have my eye wrinkles.
I know somebody on the phone. Kate's like, we're laughing. She's like, I'm holding my face.
Yeah. Anything I can do.
And the 11s is what drives me insane.
I feel like I've trained them like to not move. It's really when I concentrate, I would hold my 11s and also just being like massively angry when I was younger. Now I don't look at it.
I know.
Well, I know there's a filter on, but that is the one area where I'm like, oh, it didn't.
That's amazing. Do you do the frownies?
I haven't used frownies. Like I have
Frownies is amazing.
really.
Oh,
Do you
frownies is
sleep
so
with them?
helpful. Yeah, I sleep with it. Because otherwise people are, it's like the doctor, it's like, don't do your angry face. I'm like, I'm not. They're like, no, just relax. I'm like, totally relax.
Yeah.
That's that. I'm about to fall asleep. I'm totally relaxed. Yeah. So with the Botox, I have to still do frowny because I wake up and it's like, I sleep like, you can tell if I had some nice dreams or not so nice dreams.
Oh, that's so interesting. So you wear it to bed.
Yeah, I sleep with it. Then I wake up and Billy, he's like, you have your Illuminati thing on? Like, how do you know Illuminati? But yeah. But I do want to get, yeah, go ahead. More on board with all of this stuff.
Right.
Self-care. This is the next level now.
Self-acceptance.
Self-acceptance. All right, everybody. We good?
We are good.
Amazing.
Thanks for coming by, peeps.
Hopefully you stayed.
I know. Well, who knows where this is going?
Yeah, right up on YouTube.
All right, guys. Till next time.
Right in the trash.
I know.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye now. Get Soulsessed, guys.
Yeah, get Soulsessed with us. Thanks so much. We love you.
See you later.
Stay tuned, guys. We are thrilled to be here with each other, and feel so privileged to try and carry a message of hope and positive change to one other person out there. So please subscribe and review and share our podcast to reach that person. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Soulsessed Twins and get daily inspo and connect with us.
Let's build this community together.
100%. So come back next week and we'll see you then.
Get Soulsessed with us, Soul Tribe.
That's it. Bye, guys.